It's minicamp and OTA season, and today we're looking at the Cleveland Browns and looking at Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, pitting them up against each other, looking at their clips. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at practice, rookie camp, minicamp, OTAs, training camp, workouts in between, whatever we can find on these players. We're going to look at what they're doing behind the scenes, your rookies, your quarterback battles, those guys you're drafting in fantasy football here soon. It's all going to be right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. But we're going to start off with Shedeur Sanders, then Dillon Gabriel, looking at their clips from minicamp, talking ball on them, have about 12 minutes of clips of them together, so you get a good look back and forth. There's not as much on Dillon Gabriel. For every one Dillon Gabriel clip, you get about 10 Shedeur. So there's a lot less. There's a lot less. But we're going to cover it still, and we're going to look at it. This is what I could find from the beat writers and what I could get off of Dillon Gabriel. Let me know what you think. Who would you rather have in the comments below of all the quarterbacks? Shedeur, Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel. Who would you rather have? Let me know in the comments below. Just trying to gauge the consensus. I think if you've been watching the channel, you know what I'm going to say here. Shedeur has been money. He has been wire to wire. Some of the clips will be all the quarterbacks together. So you got Gabriel right there. Boom. Working on that. Gabriel hasn't been bad. He's had his moments, though. I'll definitely say that he's had his moments. Where Shedeur, with all the clips together, and if you check the channel on yesterday, you'll understand I have over 50 minutes of clips on Shedeur. There are not many bad throws. There are not many bad throws. I got the clips to prove it to you. We'll have a few bad ones on Dillon Gabriel here. But Shedeur's been money. He's been stacking days. He's been winning days. That's what you need to do. We all know what happened. We fell in the draft. Now we're working our way up. And we're stacking days. Shedeur's got time with the second team this week, which is good. That means we got some opportunity to show ourselves, prove ourselves, which is a good thing. Gabriel had some opportunity to work with the ones a little bit in OTAs. That was what I read. However, he's also had some moments where he's missed a bit. Shedeur doesn't have many of those. So watching that. And if you've been watching the channel, you know what I feel on these two players. Shedeur's been money. He's got a pretty deep ball, pretty back corner, pretty along the sideline. When I think about Gabriel in this quarterback class, I thought he was a sneaky play, a sneaky developmental backup quarterback, especially looking at him at the Senior Bowl. Just a lot of experience, very accurate passer, good in the pocket. When I think about Gabriel, when I think about Shedeur and some of the things I heard during draft season, he's more mobile than advertised. He's not Michael Vick, but he's more mobile than advertised. He's not Drew Bledsoe. Some people try to sell you that he's Drew Bledsoe back there, pretty much, when they were trying to describe him in the pocket a little bit. Like, he can move a bit. Go watch his FCS tape. Right there. Around the red zone's where he's money at. That's where he's money around those areas. We're having to fit it deep along the sideline. He's money with those plays. And I think Shedeur's been carrying himself very well during camp. Very well during camp. Been looking solid. That's the thing about him. Out of all the quarterbacks, I'll say it right now. We're deep enough into the video. I think out of all the quarterbacks, he gives you the most upside. He gives you the most upside. Like, if we're going to surprise the National Football League and go deep into the playoffs, this is it. This is it. None of the other quarterbacks really have that when you look at everything on paper. You look at everything on paper. Now we're looking at Gabriel. I kind of gave it to you earlier. He's an accurate quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's experienced. He's good in the pocket. However, height is an issue. That's came up in OTAs. He had some balls batted down. We covered that on the channel. I'll cover anything I can find, really, when it comes to these clips. You just look down the list. I did Keon Coleman today, wide receiver from the Bills. And Trey, forget who. I did him as well. I did Trey Davis. I did Trey Harris. I did Trey Harris from the Chargers. I've done so many I can't remember. And I did a bunch yesterday, a bunch of running backs. But I do these every day because you like them. But when I'm looking at Gabriel, there's another one. Here's one from Gabriel right there. I look at him as a good developmental backup. I look at these two quarterbacks as different assets, like different asset classes, like how you look at different cryptocurrencies versus like gold. Like I look at Shedeur as a young upside starter. Upside starter means you got potential to be a very, very good quarterback in the league. I look at Dillon Gabriel as a very good developmental backup quarterback that could be in the league a long time as a backup. And then on top of that, could also give you a good run of starts. A good run of starts anywhere in his career as he's developing. Right now, we got our Bambi legs under us. There it is. Back there. But I think when you're looking at these two rookie quarterbacks, you got a good tandem here. With Flacco, you got your veteran. And that's your veteran quarterback that looks like the team's trying to lean on. He's a good quarterback, but he's also older. He's also had his moments where he hasn't been hot either. He'll throw picks. And if he starts throwing picks in training camp or early in the season, and Shedeur keeps stacking days, then Shedeur's going to climb that ladder. What Shedeur needs to do, if you're a Shedeur fan, a lot of people watch because of Shedeur, a lot of people watch because of Browns, a lot of people watch because of fantasy, a lot of people watch because of this, that, or just because of camp clips. Shedeur just needs to keep stacking days. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and he just needs to keep getting better. Keep gelling. He's doing what he needs to do. Like, things happen in life, and you just need to roll with it, get better with it, and do it. And that's what he's doing. I'm actually proud of him for that. Looking good. Working out hard behind the scenes. We all know this. He'll put it out there. He's solid. He's been looking good. And when you look at the accuracy numbers, he's leading all the quarterbacks. Accuracy numbers, I'll just say that as a blanket statement. I don't trust anybody that has them, but there is like continuity with them, like they're kind of close. Like he's around that 80% range. And Shedeur, watching Shedeur and all those clips, and I proved it to you yesterday. Somebody was amazed in the comment section that I had so many. I believe it. And with Gabriel's, with the ones I've seen off, and they're willing to show that, they'll show it quick too. If Shedeur was throwing picks, they'll be showing it. It's not like they're hiding it. It's not like he's secretly throwing picks in a lab somewhere. It's not. He's looking good. It's not. It's out there. I put it out there for you guys to see. That's the reason why I did the buffet. It's not like I'm hiding stuff. I don't care, really. I love football enough that I love watching all these players. And I love doing this every day. Like, I love watching it and examining. And if he did throw like 5 picks in a practice, I'd figure out how to make it sound good because I'm always like a positive person. Like, hey, that's something to learn off of. Hey, that was one bad practice after a run of like 30 good ones. That probably needed that to have something to work off of. Like we all do. Like I do. Like I throw picks in life. And I just get better off of it. It is what it is. Gabriel's had his moments. He had some balls batted down the line of scrimmage. Height coming in. That was during OTAs. During OTAs, he also had runs with the first team. On top of that, Gabriel's had some clips in here. Like we saw that one that I pointed out. Just getting it, just missing. He has one in here where it's an easy sack. I don't know if you can credit him for that or not. We'll see when we get to it. Shedeur, when you're watching him, calm, poised. Going different reads. I've seen this one a bunch of times more than anybody else. I'll say this. Pre-snap read, he's very good. He's very sound. He's very sound with his anticipation. He's very sound going from progressions. We'll see more once we get more of a pass rush here in training camp. But training camp, that's just cranking everything up a little higher. Leveling things up. installing more. The more we install, the more we see, the better feel we'll get, the tougher things get. And these players start realize cut days are coming, and they start going balls to the wall because they don't want to lose their jobs. That's why you start seeing more fights. I think the Giants even had a fight during their mini camp. You'll just start seeing more fights out there. Stuff like that. Everything gets more emotional. This is more like spring ball, and then training camp. That's where it's really when things count. That's when things really, really count. Over the middle, there we are. But he's been money. He'll have some cards handed to him in training camp, and you just got to keep stacking days with those cards. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. There's Gabriel right there. He's been stacking days. I think for what I believe him to be as an asset at quarterback, I believe he's been doing good in camp for Dillon Gabriel. I just don't look at him as a soon-to-be starter. And I don't look at him as an upside starter. I look for him as a good developmental backup that can come in, give you a few good runs of games, probably win you close to half of them, and help keep you in line till your quarterback comes back from whatever injury it is. That's what I see from him. What I see here from Shedeur, tons of upside. Tons of upside. And if you allow him to develop, allow him to get even more comfortable in the system, I give all rookies grace. I've been saying this too. I give all rookies grace. Say, even if he gets his opportunity early and ain't looking good, and I just call that a rookie ramp up, and I give him grace. I give him another season or so. I don't look at rookies with now expectations. I expect them to show development. I expect them to get better. I expect them to learn the system. I expect them to mess up. I just expect them to do. But the thing is, these two quarterbacks haven't been bad. Gabriel's thrown a few more questionable balls. You got Judy in there. You got Gabriel. Was that Njoku? Down there running some routes. There's Judy right there. There we are. You just got to take the hand that's dealt to you and run with it. I think both quarterbacks are doing good. I think Shedeur's going to get opportunities with the ones in training camp. He looked good with the twos this week. He's been leveling up the depth chart, up the practice scale from rookie camp to OTAs to minicamp. I believe each one of them turns up the dial a little bit. He's been looking good. He's been leveling up. I think Gabriel, in these situations here, I want to see him with more of a pass rush for sure. I want to see how that looks like, because if he's got more of a pass rush against him, I want to see how that height stands up with that, because he had some balls blocked, batted off in OTAs, and I want to see if that's more of an occurrence. See if that happens more often than not. I want to see how Shedeur is with pressure, because right now he's been money, but the one thing was drifting in the pocket. Drifting in a pocket was one of the things he would do at Colorado. You can say the offensive line, this, that, but that can't be a habit that comes over at this point. I want to see if that's still going to be there. I want to see that. That's something I want to see cleaned up in training camp. See if that's going to be there. See if we can be very consistent with that. I also want to see him keep stacking days. I want to see Shedeur to keep stacking days in training camp. I think Gabriel just keeps doing what he's doing. He'll be a good backup. I think that's where he is. I think his upside may be a starter for a short bit. I just don't see him as a long-term starter. I don't see that. I don't see that in his game. Kenny Pickett, what I'm expecting in training camp, I don't know if I'm biased or not, because I never liked the player that well as a prospect. And the thing is, I've been kind of right on that. He wasn't even my favorite quarterback in that draft class. That's heavily documented on the channel. Matt Corral was the guy I liked. He was injured coming out of the draft. Malik Willis, he fell in the draft, but he was a different type of quarterback asset there. All of them were developmental prospects that needed time to develop, and a lot of times in the NFL you don't get that. I think if Shedeur was in that class, he'd easily be the QB1. I think if different circumstances and it was that year, he'd be the first rounder. He'd be the guy drafted. He probably should have been this year, but like what I'm saying, he'd be easily drafted over Kenny Pickett in that draft. He's a better talent. When I see those two talking together, because I said it yesterday, but it was a 50-minute video. When I see him and Pickett talk together, instead of Pickett being in the league for a couple years, being experienced, being that guy that's done things in the league, I feel like they're more closely together, like how they're carrying themselves. Like Pickett, it looks like Shedeur's teaching Pickett some stuff. It looked like it. I don't know, but it looked like Shedeur was teaching Pickett some stuff. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing good leadership from him. But my guess for Pickett, it's really on what the Browns want to do. I think the Browns are going to coddle him a bit and allow him to fight when it looks like maybe it's time to move on. I think he'll get an opportunity to do something in season, and it ain't going to look pretty. I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Browns are going to be the Browns. Like, you have to understand when you're looking at this quarterback situation that the Browns are going to be the Browns. You see those memes of all the names on the back of the jersey for the quarterbacks over the last, I don't know, my entire lifespan. You've seen that meme. The Browns are going to be the Browns. It doesn't even matter who's coaching or what changes or what. So you have to keep that in mind. So with that being said, when watching Stefanski talk in interviews, I look for Flacco, as long as he keeps stacking days, for them to give him the job. He'll earn it. He's been stacking days himself. I think I have him a lot over Pickett. A lot over Pickett. I think Flacco, with the start of this schedule, with things being rough, the beat writers talking about how rough it could be, I think there's a chance that Flacco has those runs and games where he throws picks. The outlier here is the defense and the improved run game, because they stacked up at running back in this year's class. That is the outlier here. If they can lean on the run, stop the turnover margin, they might be able to just hold on tight with Flacco, and maybe they'd be cooking with that a little bit. Cooking, like win a couple more games than expected due to winning over the turnover margin, that defense stepping up, being nasty, controlling clock. Quinshon Judkins exceeds see Quinshon Judkins exceeding expectations, being that top-end rookie running back that he is. Dillon Sampson going off when he gets his opportunities, because he could do that. And Dillon Sampson's in the perfect situation for him because he doesn't have to be the guy. There's a point where you're looking at draft season where he could have been drafted a little bit higher if he didn't have that injury at the end of the season that lingered to where teams couldn't get a good look at him. I don't know why they did that. He's better than a fourth-round pick. That's why the Browns took a second running back. But he's a running back that's in the perfect situation for him. He's always going to be sharing the backfield. He's in a good committee. He's going to be getting opportunities. Fantasy-wise, redraft, it's hard to really stack Browns quarterbacks, this whole team. So you're looking at them from a distance. Shedeur has the most upside out of all of them. So if he's getting started reps, you may want to just pull the trigger to see what happens. Dillon Sampson, throughout his career, he's going to have his moments. He's going to be a guy to moneyball with lineups. Quinshon Judkins has too much upside. He has that rookie lottery ticket upside that could win your league at the right price. And I'm going to talk broadly with that because it really depends on underdog ADP, home league drafts, whatever. Rookies tend to be cheaper in home league drafts. If this team is ran by Pickett, I expect everything to slow down immensely. If this team's ran by Flacco, I expect the ball to go deep and be aggressive downfield. And I expect Jerry Jeudy to be well. I expect Tillman to be splashy like last year, up and down. And I think Deontay Johnson, if he keeps his head on straight, could be a little outlier for this offense. Njoku's always the king, especially at cost. Shedeur's the upside play. Like always, like I said, you just watch him. If he's looking like he's going to be a starter, you may want to stash him, see what happens. But also the main take here is the Browns are the Browns. The Browns are the Browns. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.